Hello students, welcome back to classes on computer graphics. So the next topic is about display list and modeling. In the previous session we were talking about the display list, where display list is a dedicated list which stores the information of an object. So whenever you want to display an object, make a call for the list. As simple as that. Very simple way of storing the object and retrieving its value whenever you want to. Just make a call for it whenever you want to display. There are two modes of display modes, right? One is immediate mode and other one is the retained mode. So you this mode to be, while GL call list, along with GL call list, the mode to be specified. So name of the display list followed by mode of execution. So name of the display list followed by mode of execution. Mode of execution, there are two modes available: GL compile, that refers to the retained mode, and GL compile and execute, which refers to the uh, other one, immediate mode. Okay. Next, the continuation part of that is display list and its modeling. So the display list can call one display list can call the other list. Therefore they are considered as the powerful tool for building the hierarchical model that can incorporate relationships among the part of a model. For example, if you want to draw the face, human face, okay, it contains various parts, as you are aware of, right? So refer to this diagram. Human face contains various parts. See, you have to draw the eyes. Please remember, there are two identical objects, but they are retrieved, or they are called at different positions on the screen, right? So if you make a display list for creation of an eye, then the same code can be called once again at a different location for the another eye. No need to code it again and again. Instead, just make a call of it. That's it. Whenever required, you can just make a use of it. Okay. Then we have different structure, nose. Then different structure. This is for mouth. Then of course ears to be considered. Outline, face outline, and here the ears are. Once again we have similar structure. Just anyway, two ears to be drawn at two different locations. So the same structure can be called for twice, right, at two different locations. Instead of coding it again and again, just code it for once, store it as a list. Whenever you want to use, just make a call of it. That's what we are going to discuss now: display list and its modeling. The simple animated face diagram is taken. Now you got the idea, I hope. uh, Facial structure, which contains the face structure, which contains two eyes, nose, right, two ears, mouth, and all. Then the outline. Its modeling, see, in this way, it is to be display lists to be defined. So hash define, each object to be defined. Whenever you want to consider a display list, each object should be defined along with an identifier, integer value identifier, as we have discussed earlier in the previous session. Those who have not watched the previous session videos, please watch it. Okay. So hash define, first we are going to draw I. So we have given the integer value 1 to I, and this is not compulsory, any value can be given. Okay. Followed by, you have to use this GL new list. GL new list as well as GL end list are the function calls to be made at appropriate locations. So GL new list of I and GL end list, which is the termination part. Okay. GL new list, in between there should be coding part for drawing I. Similarly, you have to code for the remaining objects as well. Okay. Now we are going to draw face. So integer value, use the different integer value as identifier. for the face object. So one is used for nose, sorry, one is used for eye already. So second one, integer value 2, we are using for drawing a face structure. Use this gl new list, uh, gl new list of make a function call for the gl new list, include the name of the function. Okay, then this is the coding part. Okay, so gl new list of face, this involves drawing a face, and inside that face the various content should be called, right? So what we are doing is we are locating the cursor at a different location using translate function. So translate function need to be discussed. Gl translate f, which stands for gl translate function, which locates the cursor to specific location on x, y, and if it is 3D, x, y, z coordinate. Okay, there are three types of transformations can be performed. One is translation, second one is rotation, and the third one is scaling. Briefly I'll tell you what is translation is. So moving the object from one location to other location is called as in linear position, it is called as translation. Then rotation, changing the angular displacement of an object is called as rotation by referring to a fixed point. Changing the angular uh, orientation of the object is called as, okay, which is called as rotation. We have gl rotate f function for that. Again xyz coordinate to be specified, followed by angular displacement to be specified, then as a parameter for rotate function. Then the third type is scaling. So meaning of scaling, scaling is resizing. Okay, resizing here, the mean resizing is you have got to I hope you have got the idea. Resizing means either you can zoom in the object or zoom out the object. Zoom in means you can enlarge its size, or you can diminish its size, you can reduce its size. Okay, enlargement, which refers to how the object is nearer to you, and diminishing or other one, object is moving away from you. Okay, so they are the three kinds of geometric transformation functions that we will be discussing further in detail, but keep that in mind. So what we are doing is we are setting up the cursor to a specific location using translate function, and we are making a call for the list. Whichever the list you have created already, just make a call for it. How you are calling the list? See, you have to draw the left eye. So use translate function, locate the cursor at certain location, make a call for the list I. Once again, see right eye position to at you have to change the position of the cursor, and you have to plot the same object over there. So use translate function once again, so that cursor will be locating over different position. Make a call for once again I. So make a call for gl call list of I. Okay, right eye will be drawn. In the same way, change the position of the cursor, make a call for nose, then mouth, and so on. Okay, then terminate gl end list. So gl new list is used for creation of definition or definition of the object, and gl call list is used to make a execution of it. Okay, please try to understand. So it is one of the very important topic from this point of view. So this module, you can expect the question based on display list. Okay, creation and execution of the display list. Okay, please go through it, pause the video, note down the things. See, there is no much coding part. Only thing is wherever you should be knowing wherever you have to use, when to use that call list, and when to use that new list. Okay, new list is for creation of the object, and termination should be done with the help of end list. And whenever you want to call and whenever you want to execute that particular object, make a call for the object through the function. What is the name of the function? So function name is gl new list. Oh, sorry, gl call list. Okay, sorry, gl call list is used for the execution purpose, and creation purpose gl new list is used. Okay. So next is about the programming event driven input, which I will cover in the next video. Okay. So event driven input are the input function. The basics I'll tell. Event driven input are nothing but we are programming or we are coding the input devices now, since we have the various input devices like mouse, keyboard. So commonly used input devices they are mouse and keyboard. So we can code for them. There are three mouse buttons we have. Obviously there are if you are using QWERTY keypad, there are many. Okay, so we have many keys available. So we have functional keys, we have special keys, we have normal keys, and also we'll be coding for them as per our requirement. So how to have the interface between the input output devices with the OpenGL, that is what the topic of discussion will be. So coding part, anyhow you have to have that interface through programming between the IO devices and compiler or OpenGL library. So that connection, that linking we are talking about in this session. So the session will be on programming event driven input, that I will cover in the next video. Okay, please watch the videos. So far 5 or 6 sessions are completed. Those videos I have uploaded. Okay, please watch them repeatedly. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.